Dr. BAWUMIA some time ago was bashed because his contenders in the NDC said he had left the economy, which he used to tout so much and talk about, and was doing digitalization. What is the focus?
But that's not true. I mean, if you follow the campaign
next year, how's Dr. BAWUMIA warming up to that?
He's excited. I mean, he spent the last 16 years campaigning for the New Patriotic Party.
Right.
And he's waiting eagerly, to tour the country, to visit all the 277 constituencies, to interact with the delegates of our party. Earlier this year, he went around to thank them for the support that they offered him in the December elections, notwithstanding the fact that we lost. So he's eagerly waiting. The party has decided that campaigns should not commence until after the by-election in Eastern Region. Akwitia by-election. So after that, the candidates would have the opportunity to move around and to interact with the delegates of the party, to share with them their vision for the party and for the country, and to tell them why, in their opinion, they should be elected to lead the NPP in 2028. So he's looking forward to that. And, as he promised, when the youth of our party submitted the forms to him, he's going to run a very, decent campaign. He's going to make sure that at the end of the day, the party will remain united behind him. We're confident that we'll win, so that the party would be united behind him to prosecute the 2028. So we'll be starting the campaign very, very soon.
After the by-election, so in September 2. But there are some who have said that, well, the time frame is too short. Does Dr. BAWUMIA feel the same way?
Well, I mean, the constitutional requirement is to give 6 months' notice. As far as the NPP constitution is concerned, you give 6 months' notice and set the date and venue for the election so that candidates who are interested will put themselves up. So once it is within the constitutional threshold, I think that's fine.
Right. So now let's get back to the conversation on Dr. BAWUMIA and what makes him stand tall among those who have picked forms. And we know that, yes, picking forms alone does not necessarily mean that you're going to contest. You'd have to file it and then move on from there. In terms of the policy outline or policy direction, Dr. BAWUMIA some time ago was bashed because his contenders in the NDC said he had left the economy, which he used to tout so much and talk about, and was doing digitalization. What is the focus?
But that's not true. I mean, if you follow the campaign, so his first policy outline was in February 2024 at UPSC.
Yes.
Where he spent considerable amount of time. Actually, it was a 3-hour presentation. Almost 2 hours was spent on the Ghanaian economy. And as I indicated, everything that we're witnessing today, is as a result of the work that was done between the period 2021 and 2024. And these are not my words. The IMF, if you're minded to read their last report before the NPP left office, which was prepared in December 2024, all these developments that we're seeing, first policy outline was in February 2024 at UPSC.
Yes.
Where he spent considerable amount of time. Actually, it was a 3-hour presentation. Almost 2 hours was spent on the Ghanaian economy. And as I indicated, everything that we're witnessing today, is as a result of the work that was done between the period 2021 and 2024. And these are not my words. The IMF, if you're minded to read their last report before the NPP left office, which was prepared in December 2024, all these developments that we're seeing today were captured in there. As I reference also what the Bank of Ghana, because they are not politicians. So
but the finance minister says you are trying to take credit for what you did not do.
As for the finance minister, he's a politician. He's an MP. He's an NDC politician. Of course, he would have to tout what he claimed to have done. But once you ask them, what have you done in the last 7 months? You're sitting here, you've been following and reporting. Can you say what has been done in the last 7 months to engineer economic growth, to bring down inflation.
So deliberate policies, including
what are those policies? The policies must have
cutting back
the policies must have names.
On appointees.
The policies must have names.
Reshaping ministries and all of that.
If you reduce the number of ministers and increase your spending by way of your budgetary allocation, you've not done anything. So while the numbers are down, the expenditure is up. All right, so that cannot resolve the problem. But I'm saying that he's a politician. Maybe I'm a politician, so you can say that we're doing our politics. The Bank of Ghana people are not politicians. And they are saying that what is driving the stability they were witnessing were initiatives of the New Patriotic Party. So it is not true that we have, in any case, there's a vast amount of literature linking digitization to economic growth. And throughout the world, there's no single... I mean, if you say you will not digitize your economy, you would be left behind, because the fourth industrial revolution, which is a digital world, is on the horizon and is rapidly shaping how services are rendered, how businesses are conducted. So it is the reality of the world. And so if you have a presidential candidate who is very fixated on that, he's your ideal man to be president, because he understands where the world is headed, and he's already prompting his country that you've got to prepare for the new world that is coming, otherwise you will be left behind. And so as far as I'm concerned, anybody who tries to delink digitization from economic management is clearly in a stone age.
So in terms of Dr. Bawumia's policy going forward, what are we looking at?
But as I said to you, so first of all, the focus is on the primary, to explain to the NPP delegates why he's still the best.
It is true that free SHS was a policy that was touted by the Akufo-Addo government. But it's not just free SHS. There was STEM education, there was ICT kindergarten, there was 80 educational projects opened one day, there was fees for all public schools, BECE, absorbed by the government for the first time. There was 3,000 education infrastructure projects completed. STEM was introduced to this country by Akufo-Addo. It's for the young people. They are benefiting from it. There were 300 science laboratories instituted across Ghana. In sports, there were 3 AstroTurfs in 2016. By the time Akufo-Addo was leaving, it's 150. There were 300 ambulances nationwide put across. There was free TVET, which was novel, never happened. There were several model STEM schools built, Abomosu STEM School, Kwekaso STEM School, Dabiaso STEM School. STEM. Ghana leads in STEM because of Akufo-Addo's vision. There was Agenda 111, which was supposed to have 111 hospitals. It ended up having less than 10% of it, but it was a project started. There was upgrading of police and security services. There were 3 helicopters to the police. Today we are hearing that they were bought old, etc., etc. There were restoration of trainee fee allowances, which President Mahama is continuing. There was free dialysis, sickle cell and childhood, which President Mahama is continuing under Mahama Care. There was 1 district, 1 factory. These are the things that have to be done, that every government can say these are the things that we have done to move forward. But importantly, so that we don't take advantage of each other in a way that another one can take advantage 8 years' time. Because it will happen. President Mahama became president in January. By March, he traveled somewhere, and then you see the video. Somebody standing, somebody standing, say, Share Mahama cars. And he's counting it. It is there. Just coming from the same election where we campaigned that somebody was doing it, because we have refused to delineate certain things.